So we're continuing with Jack Kirby's Fourth World and New Gods number 5. Two super beings locked in battle. One must die. Follow the mighty saga in New Gods. Orion versus Slig, whose very touch means death. And there is Slig. See the mutate monster unleashed on the seas of Earth. Read Spawn. Spawn is the name given to this point in the saga of the great celestials. The Spawn is alive and huge and throws its giant shadow across the seas of Earth, but its tale can't be told outside the context of the larger tapestry, the universe, which Metron roams in his miraculous Mobius chair. I've leaped the stars toward the final barrier. A lesser celestial would begin to show fear in this area. In one of the last frontiers where all things begin to lose perspective and all roads to the source come to an end, Metron slows his flight. The Promethean galaxy, the place of the giants, alive, chained to the fragments of the device they used in their attempts to smash the final barrier. There were others with Metron's boldness and hunger. This one tried to engulf the barrier by enlarging his own atomic structure. What happened is not known. He failed. He drifts endlessly larger than a living cluster, fused, taking 1 billion Earth years to feel one beat. And somewhere beyond lies the source, the greatest of mysteries. Jack Kirby is one of the most creative creators ever in the history of comics. There is another who failed. She too tried the maximum state. Shattered, motionless giants, intellects that equal my own. I can feel them invading my thoughts, crying out in eternal humiliation. And beyond all the knowledge and sweeping concept at our command, the mystery of the source lies serene, omnipotent, all-wise. But it does make contact with us in New Genesis. Metron's fingers press the chair studs that will change his course. The Mobius chair responds and slices through infinity to appear in New Genesis to the point of contact with the source, Highfather's staff. Well, powers like Metron weave designs that span the universe. His celestial peers play a deadly game on Earth. The forces of New Genesis and Sinister Apocalypse have also made contact. The war is on, and some of it has been fought in Metropolis, led by Orion and his Earth allies of the New Gods. You see the videotape, Lincoln? You'd better tell me about the guy I'm looking at. I don't know how you got this shot of Orion, Sergeant, but explaining him, well, it's a tall order. Intergang file. A celestial new celestial with his ebony brush, Mike Royer. So I guess Mike Royer must be doing the inking now, not Vince Coletta. You see, Sergeant, you're blowing it, Seamus. When you call me Sergeant instead of Terrible Turpin, I know you're working on big stuff. When my detectives went to pick up those intergang hoods you busted, we found gadgets, that rat's nest that would scare our best scientists into silence. For fill-ins, see previous issue. The videotape was hidden in a wall. It made a visual record of what went on in that hideout. That should tell you more than I know. No, you got the bigger picture. I saw visitors on that tape, like your boy Orion, only uglier. You got something to tell me, pal, so I'll give you time to get it all together. I'll be seeing you. Sure, Turpin. I'll be in town. Soon after, Dave Lincoln enters his car and eases into traffic. That old bulldog, he'll know soon enough about the war between New Genesis and Apocalypse. I won't have to tell him a thing. The forces of Darkseid have enough schemes going here to give Turpin plenty of action. Later in his apartment, your session with the police leaves us with small comfort, Dave. As Orion's little helpers, we're getting deeper into dangerous waters. Yes, helping him crack that intergang complex was flirting with death. Your part in it was a gas, Mr. Lanza. Sure, playing games with gangsters is a great hobby for an insurance man like myself. Well, we owed it to Orion. He once fought to save us, remember? I remember, but I do have a business and a family to take care of. I can't wait here much longer. This is my card. If I'm needed when Orion returns, I can be reached at this address. Thanks, Victor. I'm sorry. Okay, Victor, thanks for waiting. I think I'll leave too. My parents are probably getting anxious. But tell Orion that Harvey Lockman is standing by. Yeah, I think they know your last name. Will do, friend. And Claudia Shane, how does she stand? With Orion, but he disappeared in that robber's roost, searching for the Deep Six. But not far beneath the Intergang hideout in a cavern deep leading to the sea, Orion and one of the Deep Six have clashed. Welcome back to life, Orion. Slig, you foul seed of apocalypse. What happened? How did you do this to me? With my hands, Orion. You know of the powers invested in the hands of the Deep Six. That blasted clam holds me fast. I can't free myself. Don't struggle, Orion. Your prison is strong. Originally, like this small crustacean, the clam was of a similar harmless nature. Then the mutative powers of Slig's hand poured into its very atoms, and it changed, grew, until it became something else, a deadly trap for a new Genesis guest. Hey? Ha ha ha, you demon! Don't flinch, Orion. This display wasn't meant to end in your death. There is also my left hand. Watch. Waff. That thing, when your hand touched it, it disintegrated into tiny particles. And that's how you were taken, Orion, by a jolt from these hands. Do you doubt me? No. Well said. Others from New Genesis have been more arrogant and less fortunate. You'll live, Orion, until my brothers return then. Before you caught me off guard, I saw something down here, something huge. Yes, a masterful creation by the Deep Six, our contribution to Great Darkside's campaign to shake up Earthmen. That smug, overconfident frog, he thinks he leaves me helpless. Somewhere in this cave he stored my equipment, but he didn't get it all. I can still contact the Astral Force and channel its power into these wrist circuits. Ping, ping, ping. There, you mutated flotsam of the sea. Now, let's see the strength of your grip. The pressure of the astral force increases until it begins to force the clam to yield, to open, to release its hold on Orion. Zack! I'm free, but I'm not finished with testing your strength. And strength it surely has. The core of it breaks through the surface of the cave floor, a strange stem which draws energy deep in the bowels of the earth. When its secret lies fully revealed, Orion deals his death blow. Rush. A free and angry Orion is more than a menace. He is the ultimate in mayhem. The strange creatures mutated by the Deep Six for their ferocity are first to fall prey to ferocity. I sense a silent attacker. I'll let him get closer, and then strike to kill. Clank. Good work, Shark Seed, but you better do better against a combat veteran. Stoof. Zop. There's little margin for error in this kind of work. Orion then comes upon the thing which held him awestruck and made him vulnerable to Slig's attack. I remember it now. This mammoth handiwork of the Deep Six was adrift in the waters, huge and bulging. That's it. There was something large and alive in this giant harness, and whatever was in it is gone. So we'll find out what was in the harness in part 2.